Hey, my name's Antonio. I'm a guest. I've built and scaled companies like Solving Global. And today I'm going to show you some automations with N8N, Vapi, and sixdegree. So let's jump right into it. We've got a simple understanding here of the overall process, but we'll start off with a demo. So I'm going to jump into N8N. And essentially, on form submission, it's going to standardize the data. If it's an incorrect phone, it'll go to the incorrect phone section. If it is a correct number, it'll call the lead, and they'll go ahead and pull this until it's finished or goes to voicemail. So we'll start off by executing the form, and we'll put in some information here. So we'll go ahead and submit the form here. And you can see from this, we've submitted the form. It's going to start calling the leads, and we're going to get an incoming call. So in this case, we'll pick up the call. Hello?
Hi, Antonio. This is Josh from sixdegree.io. I saw your interest in finding leads for Solvent Global, and I'm excited to chat with you about it. Are you still exploring ways to get targeted US data for your campaigns?
I am indeed, yeah.
That makes sense. Many teams are always on the lookout for better lead generation strategies. At sixdegree.io, we have access to a database of 300 million verified US individuals, which allows for hyper-targeted B2B campaigns based on demographics, behaviors, and attributes. For instance, you can filter by job title, income level, and more to get precise hits for your campaigns.
Okay.
Some of our clients have...
What type of stuff else can you do for me?
So with our data, you can run highly targeted campaigns for lead gen, account-based marketing, and more. Okay. We've seen teams like yours achieve 3x higher...
What's the type of...
So with our I'm happy to share more. So with our data, you can not only target specific job titles and demographics, but also behaviors and attributes that help you identify high-quality leads.
Yeah, I get that.
Many teams like your
pricing.
So our platform is designed to help you generate high-quality business leads at scale. We can help you target specific job titles, industries, company sizes, and more. Our data is constantly updated so you can be sure you're reaching the right people. As for pricing, it really depends on the scope of your project. We typically work with teams on a monthly campaign basis, and the cost can vary depending on the size of the campaign and the level of targeting you need.
Okay, we'll send some more information to my email, and I'd be more than happy to take a look, okay?
Before I send over some information, I'd love to make sure I'm sending the right stuff. Can you tell me a bit more about what's driving your search for leads right now?
Yeah, we're just looking to fulfill a lot of new clients onboarding for the next 2026 year.
So you're gearing up for some significant growth in 2026.
Yeah.
And you're looking to expand your client base.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. Planning ahead is key, especially when it comes to scaling your client onboarding process. So what's your ideal timeline looking like for getting started on this?
Maybe
the
next 1 to 2 weeks or something like that?
So you're looking to get started within the next 1 to 2 weeks. That's a pretty aggressive timeline. I'd love to help you explore how our data can help you achieve your goals. We can start with a quick 30-minute discovery call to discuss your specific needs and see if we're a good fit. If we are, we can discuss next steps. Okay. Would that work for you?
Yeah, sure, that works.
I'll send over a Calendly invite, and you can pick a time that works for you.
Okay.
Before I let you go, just to confirm, I'll send over a Calendly link, and you can pick a time that works for you. I'll make sure to include some relevant information about our platform and how we can help. Looking forward to speaking with you soon, Antonio. Have a great day.
All right, take care. Thank you.
You're welcome, Antonio. Thanks for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
So you can see there, it was consistently getting information from me whilst I was giving it through the call. So every time I said something, it was obtaining information, and it was sending it automatically to an Excel sheet. So this is the thing here. Essentially, every time you can embed this into a email format or an email campaign or onto your website, it will automatically get an individual like Vapi to call your lead automatically. So leads contacted within 5 minutes of showing interest are 100 times more likely to convert. This is a crazy statistic, but it's a true statistic here. And this is why it's so important to have these types of systems integrated into your business. All right. So now what we're going to do here is show you the actual process of understanding N8N, understanding Vapi, how to actually automate all this stuff, and how to actually build this. So we've got the template that you can download in the link below, and you can just go ahead and pop that into your N8N. And essentially what we'll have here is we'll build it out super simply. But essentially, you've got a form node where you have your fields here. All your fields, you can set your description here. That's pretty simple to do so, on your form title, as well as each field name. So you got your field name, your labels, and phone numbers. And then essentially it pops into a standardizing data tool. This standardizing data tool makes sure that if the information that you do pop into it actually goes through and in the correct format. So because we're just reaching out to US numbers, it's making sure that it adds a +1 onto it automatically. So in this case, if it is an incorrect format, it'll go ahead and route it to the incorrect phone number log. But if it is a correct lead, which we saw here, we'll automatically call Vapi. In this case, we're just using a simple API call. So we'll just jump into Vapi now and just show you how to easily input this in here. But essentially, if you have the template, you can just drag and drop your API key. So in Vapi here, we have the actual outbound client itself. We can always tinker around with it to make it a bit shorter or faster, or what we'd like to do with it. But I like to start off with a simple model here. I like to use Grok because Grok is very, very fast. And then the model that we're using is Llama 4 Maverick 17B because it's just incredibly quick with its responses. For the first message, it waits for the user just because it's a bit more natural that way. And essentially, we have an entire system prompt here. And what it does is, from the form itself that is used and that is filled out, in this case, the lead name, the lead company, and the lead request, it will automatically feed that data to the Vapi assistant before it calls your client. So it understands your name, who you are, and what you're kind of looking for before it reaches out. Then we have a conversation flow that it kind of follows, which it probes for pain points, urgency timelining, past experience, and then budget awareness, and then finalizes with a just call ending. And then we want to make sure that it keeps the calls between 3 to 7 minutes just to keep it concise, because you don't want to keep these individuals on the phone, because every time you do call, it costs credits. So on the API keys here, you can just go ahead and add a key here. So you just create a key, and then you can grab that key, or copy this key in this case, go back to your N8N, and then pop it into your generic bearing authorization here. Bear off like that. So you just create a new credential, you pop in your API key here, and then it'll be automatically set. Next steps, we have the wait section, which is kind of the loop here. This should be automatic. There shouldn't be too much to it here. We just have a get credential that you just have to set up here, which is the same thing with Vapi. It's just your API key that automatically goes in here. And that's basically meaning that it's looping and it's feeding data back to your API so it understands what it's doing here. For the polling as well, it's the same thing. It's just a wait amount. So it waits 10 seconds, then it goes ahead and loops again, waits 10 seconds, goes ahead and loops again. And in this case, it did not send the information to the Sheets, but it's as simple as just connecting up your Google Sheets account. There's also another template I'll show you in the link below. And essentially, you just pop it in here, and it's from the list you can see here. And then you map it to each column just by simply dragging and dropping. So there's the name, the date, the phone, the email number, the company, the role, the request, and the company size, and vice versa. Now, how do you get Vapi to actually grab this information? What you do is in the assistance here, there's a very important tool here. So if you scroll down past the prompt and the voice configuration, by the way, the voice configuration is simple. You can make it sound like anyone you want. In this case, I've made it sound like a British guy from 11 Labs. So I've added my own specific token. However, I just recommend going with any basic individual here. Is structured outputs. Now, structured outputs are pretty simple to do here, but essentially you can add as many as you want. And what these do is it trains the assistant on what to find out what you want from it. So in this case, the budget assistant, right, it's figuring out what the budget is. So all it is it's just simply you open up and you'll create a structured output. You create it from scratch. You'll say, we want to figure out how much, or when he when the client, we'll just say time frame here. And then you explain in natural language. So you put it to a string and you say, we want to figure out that when the client is actually looking to move forward. And then you'll save it here. And then we'll add it as a time frame here. So in this case, it's figuring out when it actually wants to move forward, and that information will automatically be looped and grab the details through here. So that's pretty simple. To actually connect up your assistant, though, you're going to have to grab a couple things here. You're going to have to grab the actual assistant ID here, and you're going to have to paste it into your NAN section here. So your assistant ID should be with the bearer off right there. So you can just grab that and then pop it into this JSON here. So in the expression here, you're going to have your assistant ID, which should be pasted there, which is what I just grabbed. So that's this right up here. Paste it into this section there. And then you've got your phone number ID. Vapi will give you a couple free phone numbers, but you can just grab your phone numbers here. There should be an ID. You can just create one here, create a new phone number, and then you can grab that ID, paste it in here, and that will be set for that. Now, what I like to talk about is something that I like to do here is that if we go back here, we have full understanding, well, relative understanding of N8N on how to build this. And we have an understanding of Vapi. We built the automation with a template, which is very easy to get nowadays. And now we'll talk about sourcing leads. Now, sourcing leads is very simple. We can use multiple outreach systems. I like to use 6degree. So we'll go ahead and do that. So if we're looking for, let's see, clients who are interested in tech. I want to find individuals who are interested in tech. So we just search up men who are interested in tech, and it will hopefully find us a couple individuals in the United States through our database here, automatically interested in tech. In this case, it's giving it to us in San Antonio. That's fine. We can find these individuals who are interested in tech here. You can see that their information is correct. We can go ahead and download that CSV file. Now, what I like to do here from this point is open up instantly. Excuse me. When you open up instantly, you can download these leads and then pop them into an instantly campaign and then integrate something like this, which is the production URL, which pops up here when you execute a workflow. So your Vapi integration here from NAN into an email so that you can start sending mass emails at scale using 6degree for your lead base. And then if they're interested, they can fill in their information and it will automatically, as soon as they submit it, give them a call and understand the information at hand. So that's just a general high level understanding of what you can do in terms of outreach, but it's very, very effective, particularly if you go into 6degree and you specify what people are interested in, because it has about 415 attributes for 300 million individuals all around the United States. So if you want to find people who are interested in pools, or if you want to find people who are interested in dogs or want solar panels in their backyard, it could be for any type of demographic, right? Male, women, and anyone in between with their interests, you can find it on 6degree, and then you can utilize that information for any campaign that you have. This is one of the most effective tools that I've found in the past to actually get sales through the door. And a lot of businesses use the same technique moving forward. So that's pretty much it. Moving on from this, it's a relatively simple video today. You can grab all the information in the template below, which will be in the school file. Just to drag and drop this in. And then, of course, the Vapi system prompt will also be in an Excel file in the link below as well, alongside all of a tutorial on how to actually build this step by step. That's pretty much it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you can add this to your business to increase some automations. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.